Atlanta. He is playing quarterback for the Falcons this weekend. So he's got a lot going on.
Yeah.
Lisa Green in studio. So happy to have you here.
Happy to be here.
Look at this.
It's always nice when you can have some fun and talk about fun things when it comes to weather and news and all that stuff. So.
And it's always an important time to look at the weekend weather every Friday, but I just feel like this one is a really good one where you have a lot of high school football games, some big football games in Minnesota and North Dakota.
Yeah,
and
it's
you got
time.
some tailgating tomorrow. You got some changing of the clocks coming up this weekend. So there's a lot to get into.
Yeah, and you know what? Some people are still celebrating Halloween too.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
I've been talking about this with several people. It feels like Halloween is going on forever, doesn't
it?
Gosh. There was a lot of lead up to it.
Now that's a scary movie for me.
A lot of lead up to it, and then it's, you know, because it fell on a Thursday, I think that's why, you know, it's like when you celebrate the weekend before, the weekend
people,
after.
Yep. And for me, I just want to click the NBA basketball on and no one knocks on my door.
There you go.
So I hope it ends very soon.
Well, I think the trick-or-treating is probably done. So it's just a matter of, like, if you have parties planned. I know there's still some events going on here this weekend, too.
Not me.
There's still some haunted houses open and mazes and all that, too. I think this is the last weekend for it. So
my house is already haunted by my girlfriend's cats. She's 8 pounds of pure fury and absolutely terrifying. Makes all the authentic haunted house cat noises, too.
I love that.
Yeah,
I'm a cat lover, so that makes me happy for you guys.
Yeah, well, anyway.
You're not so happy about it.
That's why I have to wear these long sleeves. You can't see the scratches.
Protect yourself. I've been there too.
Anyway, let's get into it.
Yeah, so, okay, Friday Funcast. So what's going on Friday? Friday Night Live football here. So let's talk about what we're dealing with right now. So this is the storm system that's moving through. You see a lot of blue here? You know that's snow moving through.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. And my friend in Minneapolis, she just texted me. She said, "Did you guys get the snow?" I said, "No, but I know you did." But are we getting it now?
Well, there are some areas seeing it. What's happening is this is lifting in from the southwest. And so it takes some time sometimes for snow that's detected on the radar aloft for it to make its way to the surface. The whole column of air has to saturate. So we're seeing that snow kind of approaching, but it may take a little bit before we actually see anything at the surface here. However, and I'll show you in a second, our Skycam down at the Dakota Magic Casino at the state line, Summer Schnellbach and I were watching snowflakes coming down there just maybe 15 minutes ago, 10, 15 minutes ago. So there is some snow there.
Oh, wow.
I've seen some DOT cams in the west showing some snow. Got a report in Bismarck as well. So eventually this is moving through. The good news is that, you know, our temperatures are warming up. We're going to be getting into the mid-30s, upper 30s today, 40s as well. This area is more going to be in the mid-30s. And the ground's still very warm. So a lot of it's going to be melting, but just be aware there might be a light coating on some grassy areas. You know, it might briefly accumulate on the roads, but as the day goes along, that's going to be more likely to melt pretty quickly. So low impacts, but maybe high anxiety seeing those flakes flying around a little bit.
It was almost, because it was a level 2, did I say yesterday?
Yeah, it was an
AC level 2. Yeah, it was another AC level 2 this morning. But
should we explain what that is in case we didn't watch yesterday?
Yeah, that's the Adam Shalafu level. So there's
for dressing warmly.
What kind of jacket I'm going to wear. Yeah. And so the leather jacket is the level 1, where it's like it's below 60.
Okay, so you don't want to wear just short
probably below
sleeves.
like 55 even.
Yeah.
And then the level 2 is where it's getting like it's under 35.
So you're starting to feel a little chilly. Yeah.
And then if it gets under like 20, we get to a level 3. And then if it gets into like super scary, super cold, then I get out the big old honker.
The big game.
Yeah.
Like I think that's
with the fleece interior.
Sure. And you might want level 3 tonight if you're going out to a football game. Because I think that also has to depend on how long you're going to be outside.
That's a really good point.
Yeah. So if you're just running, back and forth from your car, you might not need the level 3.
And level 3 is for me the puffy
winter coat.
It's the Chicago Bears.
Okay.
Yeah, puffy Chicago Bears winter coat. So like I have something right now. It's the level 2 is it's heavier than a fall jacket, and
Right.
it can be a winter coat with layers under it.
Sure.
You know, so you could do a level 2 with layers.
Okay.
But with the level 3, I think that's the right call, because a football game, you're going to be out there,
Yeah.
you know, a few hours.
And you might get up and down and cheer, go get a hot chocolate or something
Yeah.
like that. But a lot of the time, you're just sitting there in the stands. So
Yeah,
you're not
and
moving
a lot
from
of times
spot.
those bleachers, they're cold.
They are cold.
They get cold, and you're
Yeah.
sitting on those steel bleachers, and
Maybe
or
wear
some-
your flannel lined jeans or something.
Yes,
you know?
love flannel lined jeans.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully
Yeah.
you dug them out.
Yeah, I have a separate drawer.
Oh,
And
perfect.
so it's for the both
Yep.
extremes. Actually, I have my shorts and my
And-
flannel lined jeans.
okay,
So
okay.
it's like hot and cold.
You're ready no matter the weather.
I stay ready. You have to be.
Around here, yes.
And that's what this show's all about, keeping people ready for the weekend.
There we go. Okay, yeah, let's get back to the point here. So yes, we are seeing this system move in. It's fairly weak, and it's going to keep weakening as it moves over the valley. So the chances for precip, if you're in the northern valley, I'm seeing a little bit of snow trying to develop there, but the chances are a little lower in the north because it is going to start falling apart over time as it moves into the afternoon and evening hours. But still, you can see there's a lot going on down here. So this is something we want to be aware of through the day today. You know, check back with us. We've got, of course, the radar on the VNL weather app, but you can also check road conditions there as well. And last I looked, you know, there were some roads closer to Bismarck that had a little bit of snow on them. So just so you know, we're moving into that season, and this may still be going on as we head into football game time tonight. There might be a
Okay.
few sprinkles or a flake winding down, but there may still be a little bit of that hanging around here tonight. So we'll continue to keep that on our minds, and then the
And it's
weather
going to be
department.
prepared for it regardless
Yeah.
of whether it actually happens.
Well, now's the time. You know, we haven't even talked about it this week, but it's Winter Weather Awareness Week in North Dakota. So yeah, I mean, get the stuff you need in your car, your winter survival kit, that sort of thing, to help you in case you run into some trouble here. But yes, so this is going to be impacting us through the day today, and you know, of course, you can check back with us. Summer Schnallback will be on at noon with more details on that to come here, and we'll move on to our Friday Night Football Funcast.
That's not a first down.
That is not, no, because yes, you're right. Doesn't it
Yeah.
have to be halfway, more than halfway,
It's got to. Well, it's
James?
got to be.
or even just a little
It's got to
bit?
be across the football, the nose of the football.
Just the nose?
Third down. That's me being a
That's
referee.
you. Okay, good job. You got to push your microphone off after you said that.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
I don't know if they do hand signals. I
They
feel like
do
they mostly
sometimes,
talk.
but yeah, no, I think that
Yeah.
now they do.
I think
more.
they do hand signals.
I've
They
s-
do.
I've seen them wave their arms around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doing whatever they do.
Anyway, the call
Anyway.
on the field is
Cloud interference.
good weather. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Simply because we're still going to be dealing with.
It's good.
Sure. That no, we're not calling that. We're not calling it's good. We're not calling holding because it's not all that decent out there. But we
Okay.
are looking at clouds. I wouldn't necessarily call it. I took some time thinking about where I wanted to put the call of the field here because it's not really personal foul weather. It's not terrible, but we are watching for that chance for some sprinkles or a flurry, and it is going to be colder. But this is typical for this time of year to
Yeah.
be in the 40s to start at kickoff. I think most games are starting at 7 and then ending in that in the 30s at that point. Or near 40, I should say. We might be in the 30s at that point. So again, that's what we're looking at for football games. I do have a couple of the more specific games going on here.
These are some great games.
Yeah, some big games coming up. You probably know more about them than I do. I understand Alexandria Moorhead's going to be a big game tonight.
Yeah, Moorhead looks like the real deal. Always a bitter battle between two rivalries here. But that's the game I got circled. But then you're starting to get ready for the road to the Dakota Bowl on the other side of the
Sure,
border. And
sure.
you got to love Bismarck and Cheyenne, Amandan and Davies.
Or Mandan's
So-
off the graph a little
This
bit
is
there.
Andan.
Andan. There's an M there. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, so there's going to be some great ones. And so
Yeah, so temperatures, during the game while you're out there, I'm saying an AC level 3 coat for these games.
Okay.
For these two,
Oh, I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
I'm
These are in the
forecasting
dome.
70.
Okay.
Because, yes, they're in the Fargo Dome, so you're going to be just fine. Unless you're thinking about tailgating out in the
I
parking
was
lot in
like,
advance.
did Lisa make a mistake? What's going on here? But yeah, these
No,
are in
got
the
it.
Fargo Dome, and those
Yeah.
are playoff games, so those are great too.
Big games too, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're going to be a lot more comfortable in the dome. But yeah, if you're going to be out at an actual outside football field, you're
Yeah.
definitely going to want to dress for that.
And
tonight.
you're going to want to tune in if you're not at those games, and tune in and catch Devin and Eric's highlights, because there are some great games tonight and some major implications.
Sure.
Like I said, the road to the Dakota Bowl, which
Yeah.
will be in the Fargo Dome in just a few weeks.
There you go. Then you'll get your chance at 70-degree temperatures again.
Yeah.
But yeah, big night tonight for high school football fans. Stakes are high and temperatures are low, unless again you're in the Fargo Dome.
In the Fargo Dome. Speaking of the Fargo
Yeah.
Dome, here's Fargo Dome tomorrow.
Yeah, another big football game going to be tomorrow. NDSU playing at Northern Iowa.
Yes, Northern Iowa coming to NDSU, rather. Yes.
Well, I just playing Northern Iowa.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
yeah,
Yes.
At kickoff at 2:30, and so if you're out tailgating ahead of time, I think it's going to be pretty decent for this time of year. We're talking temperatures in the morning starting in the 30s, but
Okay.
working their way through midday and into that 2 o'clock time when tailgating ends into some 40s. I'm hoping we'll get to see some sun break through at that point.
And that's like level 1, level 2. You're doing okay there. You want to. I think that the most important thing for this is just having a beanie on.
Yeah, want to maybe have a couple of layers under
Yeah.
the jacket.
Yeah,
and,
good
and the hat and the
flannel
gloves.
weather, and because you can certainly still enjoy a really good tailgate with that kind of weather.
Yeah, 100% if you're dressed for it and you've got a nice hot beverage too.
Yeah.
Hot chocolate.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So it's looking pretty good out for tailgate before the game too. So I think I know Saturday is going to be the keeper of the 2 days this weekend if you want to be outside doing that. If you're going out to, I know there's a lot of events going on as far as like holiday previews, open houses for shopping and that sort of thing, which is more my game. And we've got good weather for that, going just from different open houses. And then for anybody who still wants to take in some fall color, we're kind of past peak at this point.
Yes.
But
it's-
still pretty out there. Love that crunching sound of the leaves
That is
when
very
you're
nice.
hiking. It is going to be Saturday. That's going to be your day to do that coming up here.
You ever jump in the leaves? You rake them
Oh,
all
my gosh.
together. You jump in the leaves.
That was
it's
my
good jumping
favorite.
the leaves of weather.
Yeah, that was my favorite thing as a kid. But we don't rake anymore. We either mulch or just let them be.
Interesting.
We were told that was a good idea to do because it helps to protect the lawn
Okay.
and over winter. And I know that
Yeah,
there could be
that
snow
makes
mold
sense.
too in
I
the
like that.
springtime.
Okay.
And then you don't have to rake.
Well, you can rake and then disperse.
There you go.
You can rake and redisperse.
Well, and I feel like it's so windy around here all the time. Your piles
they're
of
gonna,
leaves just get
they're
blown
gonna
around
get blown
anyway.
willy-nilly anyway.
Let
I'm
them
gonna
blow in
do
your
some
neighbor's yard.
forecasting here too.
Ooh.
The Bison are gonna win 56-0. That's my
Wow.
official prediction. I think they are gonna mop the floor with Northern Iowa, and I'm serious.
You heard it here.
I do think that they are going to win by at least 50 points. I think they are
Okay.
going to decimate.
Well, I admittedly haven't paid that close of attention, but I did notice Northern Iowa doesn't have a good
They're
record.
a great program, not having a great year, only
Yeah.
averaging 16 points a game. NDSU is looking elite. They're the number
Okay.
one team in the country.
Yeah, I've
I
heard
don't
that.
think that they're going to let their foot off the gas this year,
Okay.
and certainly not against Northern Iowa. And
good.
they've been scoring a lot of points lately, so I'm going 56-0 Bison.
All right. Okay. We'll hold you to it on
That's
Monday.
a crazy prediction,
That
I'll
is
admit.
that is a high score.
Yeah,
but we've
yeah.
seen it before.
We have,
So
we have.
it's very possible.
Sticking with it.
Okay. I've got nothing to add to that, so we're moving on. Okay, so one big thing happening this weekend, it's something I'm looking forward to as an early riser, is the end of daylight saving time. So with that, we always say fall back. That means we want our clocks to go back an hour. And that happens officially on Sunday morning at 2 a.m. I'm not saying we need to stay up until 2 a.m. to turn our clocks
So we
back.
get an extra hour of sleep?
That is the theory. But
That's awesome.
every year I hear from there's that animation of the clock going back, so you can see that. Every year I hear from parents saying, it doesn't matter. My kids are on this schedule. They're not going to sleep in. They're going to wake up at the time they normally do. And so they're going to wake me up an hour early. I hear it every year. So hopefully,
Okay.
hopefully they'll want to sleep in too, and you'll be able to get a little bit of sleep on Sunday. But yes, the hope is that we can all get an extra hour of
I don't
sleep.
have any kids, so
I don't either. So yeah.
we're getting that extra hour of sleep.
But we do have a cat, and they are on their own schedules
Yes.
too.
Ooh,
yeah.
yeah.
They want to get fed at their
Could wake up
usual
in a
hour.
cold sweat.
Yeah. So again, this is every twice a year we have to do this. Today Saturday into Sunday, turning those clocks back. One other thing to consider is it's recommended that when we're turning our clocks back or forward, that we check our detectors, our fire detectors, our carbon monoxide detectors, because they should be checked regularly twice a year. So
Okay.
it's something that's always kind of passed along in the messaging.
And also, you're going to want to make sure that there's no dust buildup in those detectors as well. I learned that recently. There's
Okay.
more on that. You can check out my interview recently with the Fargo fire chief, and just some things you wouldn't think about. But when
Yeah.
you're looking at those smoke detectors, if you have a bunch of dust built up in there, it can actually change the effectiveness of the smoke detector. And so
Interesting.
I'm not
Less
sure.
sensitive?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
it's like, if you have smudges on your glasses,
sure,
I
you
feel
can't
like
see the
you can't
smoke as
see
well.
it's the same. And so I feel like maybe that works with carbon monoxide too. I really don't know.
I don't know.
But I know he did
can't
say the
see
smoke
carbon
detector.
monoxide,
You,
though.
you can't see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if anything could interfere. Either way, you probably want to clean.
That would
Clean
be a
them
good
both.
idea. Good recommendation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just clean them both, folks.
Yeah, okay. Adam's got the recommendations right there. One thing I wanted to share was the difference in sunrise and sunset times, because
Okay.
I think this does make a difference. So Saturday, our sunrise is at 8:11. And this is for Fargo, by the way. It's a little different depending on where you are. Sunset at 6:08. So when we fall back,
Ooh, yeah.
our sunrises, and this is why I say I'm happy as an early riser, because I get my sunrises back in the 7 o'clock hour.
Yeah,
for a
I
little
do
while.
like this better because it
Yeah.
makes me more ready to wake up.
Yes,
I
yes.
see a little sun sprinkling in that window. I'm like, okay.
I'm like, okay, the day is going here.
Yeah.
The problem with that is the sunset also shifts.
Yes.
So now it's when a lot of people are getting off work, heading home from work. It's
Pitch
dark.
black
Yeah.
by 5:09.
That's the sad part about
Yeah.
it. This is the time, again, as an early riser, I'm getting ready to go to bed. So that works perfectly for me, but I know the majority of people, that's going to be tough.
All jokes aside, it probably gets like dark, probably closer to 6, would you say?
It depends on sky cover, but yeah,
Okay.
in general, we would still have a little bit of light out
Okay.
there at that point in time. And one thing, if this is kind of getting you down, knowing that we're going to have these early sunsets, it's November, and the
Yeah.
winter solstice happens in less than 2 months, and then we start building daylight back in. So, there is a light at the end
Do you
of
know
the
what day
tunnel.
the solstice is?
The 21st.
You are on it. Okay, very good. I'm a big
Yeah.
solstice guy, so I got to make sure I know that.
Sure, yeah. So, so that's going to be changing, and that's going to be, you probably will notice the difference, because we're more on a schedule during the weekday. So you'll notice that difference more likely on Monday when you're hitting the road and going to school, that it's a little lighter out, and same thing when you're heading home from work on Monday. But the change is happening on Sunday morning. And one thing I wanted to share too, I don't know how you feel about daylight saving time, but a lot of people have strong opinions on it.
Interesting.
They either want to stay on daylight saving time or stay on standard time or just keep things as is. So I made this graphic. This is actually from earlier this year when we switched back to daylight saving time. A lot of people are wondering, well, let's do daylight saving time all year long. So that would mean we wouldn't switch. And so the winter sunrise, if we didn't, the latest winter sunrise would be in the 9 o'clock hour. That's the problem with
Yeah,
that. I don't
yeah.
know. You must not care too much about that, but I know a lot of people.
No,
are
that's
opinionated,
that's alarming.
But yeah, so we get the later sunset, but I mean this is an hour after kids have gone into school.
This is
after you
helpful for
started
me
your
to
day.
see, and I think it's probably helpful for a lot of people to
Yeah.
see, because it really does provide an excellent explanation
For why you might not want it all
Yeah.
year long.
Yeah.
And on the flip side of things, staying on standard time all year long means very early sunrises, maybe earlier than you want to get up.
And here's an
but
idea for some of those people who want to do it do it yourself.
there you go.
You can make your clocks, you can adjust them.
Sure.
And then If you're late for
Yeah.
work, you can say, well, I'm practicing daylight savings.
Perfect. And there's such thing as blackout curtains too. You know,
True,
you can,
true.
you know, if you don't want to
Yeah.
be woken up super early in the morning.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah.
wouldn't recommend it, though. Don't.
I don't think your bosses are going to love that
No,
if you're
no, that wouldn't
doing
fly.
that. So just a reminder, this is just that clock showing that. But just wanted to show what the next couple of days are looking like here. As Saturday rolls along, we'll get in the 40s to about 50 degrees by the later afternoon. Again, Saturday does look like the better day of the two. You can see Sunday.
Okay.
It's going to be rainy on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of this rain, but I'm
Yeah, no matter where you are in the valley, Fargo, all the way up to Lake of the Woods area, War Road, back over to Devil's Lake, Jamestown, Detroit Lakes, all have a chance for some rain.
But I like that it warms up a little bit
Yeah.
from some, like it was 27, I think, when I left the house this morning. And so I like that if it's going to rain, this
It's
is a
not-
nice, soothing rain.
Sure.
I don't have to worry about it being an icy, really cold rain.
no.
Nothing's worse than that. Well, there's some things that are worse. But I don't like it when it's in anywhere in that like 31 to 34 degrees and raining. And I don't know
Is
if
it
it's going to
slick?
be.
Is it?
Yeah. So this is, I can tolerate that.
So you wouldn't call that cold November rain?
I think it's soothing.
Okay.
This is, I'm going to put
I was
some
making a
candles
Guns N'
on.
Roses joke.
Okay, I don't know that song,
Oh my gosh.
but I know other songs about rain.
Okay.
Oh, me and Russ do this sometimes. So,
There's a big difference between.
well, no, we talk about songs. We talk about songs.
Oh, okay.
So I asked him one time, and now I get to ask you.
Okay.
Give me off the top of your head some of
boy.
the best songs about rain. Let's do some of the best songs about
Okay.
fall, perhaps too.
Okay, so best songs about rain. I love Missy Elliott's "I Can't Stand the Rain."
Okay, I don't know if I've
Oh
heard
my
that one. I do like
gosh.
a little Missy Elliott,
Okay.
though. Okay.
One song that I get in my head all the time when it's raining is the Madonna song.
It's Raining Men.
No, no, that's by the Weather Girls.
Oh, no way!
Yes, that's the name of the group. Which I guess by default I have to love that song.
Okay.
Okay, so we do that one too.
My knowledge of the Madonna catalog, not very extensive.
Okay. Well, you're not knowing any of the songs. Obviously, November Rain by Guns N' Roses.
I'm 0 for 3, and I'm
That-
surprised I don't know
Okay.
the Guns N' Roses because I love classic rock.
You have to go back and listen to it.
Okay.
I mean, that is an epic song. There's an epic video to it.
Okay.
It's got, it's everything.
Okay.
So yeah, that's a big one. I'm trying to think of more rain songs.
I like Rain by the Beatles.
I don't even know.
Well, okay. Now you don't know the song. I like Feels Like Rain, Muddy Waters.
Okay.
Have you ever seen Rain?
Oh, by CCR.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. I feel like the Rain song, Led Zeppelin, one of our viewers commented that last time with Russ, and I was
Okay.
like, how did we not
Did you
think
not
of
think
that
of that?
one? That's such a good one.
Yeah, you're very much classic rock.
But I missed the Guns N' Roses. Swing and a miss.
But there was a time Guns N' Roses wasn't classic rock. It was of the
It's just-
time. So,
yeah. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
there's our rain songs. We were talking about Friday songs since it's Friday.
Yeah.
But you don't have a Friday anthem.
I just know that one Rebecca Black song.
Yeah, the one that Ashlyn and Sophia sing on North Dakota Today.
Oh, gosh.
They sing it at the start of North Dakota Today
Wow.
every Friday.
Okay. That's not a good song in my opinion, but I'm sure they do a great job.
I don't think they think it's a great song either.
Okay.
I think they just like to have a little fun with it.
Oh, I was telling you, I like the Saturday songs.
Sure.
Elton John, Saturday.
That's a fantastic
Saturday.
song.
Yeah,
that's a
that gets
fun
me ready.
Okay.
I don't want to fight anybody. I'm not a
Yes,
fighter,
that was my
but it gets
next
me
question.
like ready. I'm
Right.
like, all right, yeah, this is indeed Saturday. Tomorrow's Sunday. Yesterday was Friday, and it
Sure.
reminds me.
That you're in Saturday.
Yeah. That's the day of the week it is. That's good.
But if you're thinking about it on Friday, that's not true.
True. I just don't know
just-
that
I
many
just threw a
Friday
whole
songs
wrench
that
in
I like.
Okay, we're gonna get you. I'm gonna play some Friday songs for you later, and you're gonna
Okay.
have to pick one that you like here.
Okay, sounds good.
But yeah, I do want to just quick show, since we're talking about the weekend and moving into November, just what we're looking at on our 11-day planner.
Okay,
So,
that's great.
yeah. So today again, not that warm. We've got those chances for precipitation with the mix going on right now, and some places even seeing a little snow. And then Saturday, most of the day looks good. It's Saturday night and into Sunday that we'll see more
Okay.
widespread rain. And this is actually a good thing. This is actually going to be beneficial rain. We're looking at like ½ inch to an inch in many spots. Not everybody gets that amount, but a decent amount lingering into Monday.
That's great.
And here's a funny thing. There's even a chance that we might have thunder. So we're talking about a little
Okay.
snow today.
There's some good thunder songs.
Maybe. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Thunderstruck. Speaking
Yep.
of the bison.
Yep.
Anyway, so that has that chance for some thunderstorms on Sunday into Monday, and then we kind of level things off into next week. But notice how November's looking. Today's the first day. We don't have any big temperature rises.
And we don't have any snow,
except for today.
except for today.
Yeah, just a little bit, but it's
Just a
not
little
sticking
bit.
around.
But I'm looking at the 11-day, and we're like, okay.
Yeah, we're doing
Okay,
fine, getting halfway
yeah,
into November, and we
yeah.
don't have any big cold
Even
outbreaks.
when we are dipping in,
Yeah.
it's not too alarming.
No.
Because there's no, this is going to be a partly cloudy day.
Sure, and we are watching a system on Friday.
Yeah, 'cause this-
that could bleed into Saturday. So just know
I'm
about
seeing
that.
some of that, and I
Yeah.
wonder if that
Yeah.
drops just a little bit more. Maybe you could see some snow. We'll have a better
We'll see.
idea then.
It's still a ways out, but right now there is, long range models are kind of hinting at a little something heading into next weekend. So we'll
You know
keep
what
an eye on
people
that.
should do?
What's that?
They should watch the Friday Funcast
There you
next
go.
weekend.
There you go. Maybe we'll have some fun, weather issues going on at that time.
We'll see. We'll see.
Maybe you won't think they're so fun, but I think all weather is fun and interesting, unless, obviously we don't want severe weather, but there's
Well,
always
as
something
long
to
as
talk
we
about.
tell them what AC coat on the AC
Yes.
coat code
Yes.
to wear.
AC, I'm saying for tonight for football, AC3.
Okay, it's an AC3 tonight for
Mm-hmm.
football, folks. You heard it here first.
You can always take it off, you get a little overheated.
Layers.
There you go.
Yeah.
That
there-
too.
And a hat. Just wear a hat. Maybe gloves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that all we got?
I think so. Yeah,
think so.
Saturday's going to be your drier day. Sunday's going to be that day where we have a lot of rain coming up here. So,
Doing anything fun this weekend?
yeah, a little bit. I've got a baby shower to go
I have a
to.
baby shower to go to.
Are we going to the same baby shower?
I don't know. I'm going to a baby shower Saturday. I don't
Okay.
really. I've met the people a couple times. I'm just along for the ride.
Yes, that's the
Yeah.
only shower that'll be happening on Saturday because Saturday is dry.
Pretty.
So doing that, and then I have a friend coming up to visit. So
Okay, very
it'll be
good.
nice to see an old friend, and that's about it. Gonna try to take it easy on Sunday and just
Yeah.
enjoy a
Sunday's
rainy
a good day to take it easy, especially on a rainy day.
Yeah.
Kick back, watch a movie, enjoy some popcorn.
Perfect.
And I even though I'm glad Halloween's over, I'm glad Halloween's over. I still haven't watched like a scary movie yet this year, so maybe a scary movie Sunday.
Okay, all right.
So.
You got one on the list?
There was one by the director I was talking to you about earlier, Mike Flanagan. I think it's called Dr. Sleep, and it's a Stephen King.
Oh,
and
that
so,
would be good.
and I like that director. I like almost everything I've seen from him so far, so I might check that out. I think that's on HBO Max. So.
I haven't heard about that one, but that one sounds interesting.
Yeah, now what I'm worried about is what if it makes me afraid to go to sleep and then it's daylight savings time and I don't get an extra hour because I'm too afraid to go to sleep.
By watching a movie called Dr. Sleep.
Yeah, because I feel like that's going to be spooky, some spooky
imagine
stuff with
so.
sleep. So anyway,
Okay.
I hope you all have a great weekend. Thank you so much for joining us on the Friday Funcast, and we will see you next time.